picture this, you're a few months into a loving, healthy relationship, but it's not a perfect one. And your shows of affection are rejected. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Have you ever felt, when confronted with challenges while in a relationship, that things would be much easier if you were single? You're not alone. If you stick with us for a few minutes, we'll share our experience and our ways of overcoming these challenges. Hi, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Adrien from Loud Mind.
So if you haven't watched any of our previous videos, I'll tell you a bit about us. We have been in a relationship for almost 4 years now. It is now a loving, healthy relationship, but it's not a perfect one. And every so often, we come across challenges that make us think being single again would be much easier. I'll tell you a bit about some of these challenges. So picture this, you're a few months into a relationship you went into reluctantly, but you're slowly starting to warm up to the person you're in a relationship with. You are becoming more comfortable. You are starting to reveal things about yourself you haven't done before. You are showing affection in a way that you like to be shown affection. And your shows of affection are rejected.
Thank you.
So this was me about 4 months into our relationship. And you can imagine how I felt. I felt my love was rejected. But after we addressed how I felt and we discussed about it, we talked about it, I realized that it wasn't my love that was rejected. It was how I liked to show affection. Adrien didn't
respond like you were waiting.
No, he didn't respond to my shows of affection. Another one of these moments for me was another few months into our relationship when one evening, while I was spending the weekend with Adrien, I saw a side of Adrien I had never seen before.
Ta-da.
And it frightened me at first. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. So I did the only thing I could think of. I packed my bags. I got into the car and I drove home without an explanation. And the more I thought about this, I realized that side of Adrien I saw that evening was bringing me back to a moment of my childhood I had buried. So what did we do? we addressed this issue. We decided together to continue the relationship while discussing all this, trying to get to know each other better. With every step forward we took in our relationship, and this is how we grew. And this is why we can talk to you together 4 years later. And I'll let Adrien talk about some of these moments he came across.
Yeah, like you said, early in our relationship, after we managed to know each other a bit, but not completely. Let's say what was one of our moments was that in the mornings, Anda having at home a dog, she's always petting the dog, you know, and she was cuddling me. She was in the morning, on a Sunday morning, and I didn't feel quite comfortable.
Adrien is not a morning person.
No, I'm not. And at first I stayed and I managed somehow to resist. But after a while, I changed myself. I didn't tell her what happened. But when she saw my face, at some point she asked me, what happened? What's wrong? And I chose to tell her because I thought that's a better way. And in time, I learned how to let myself cuddled, and she learned to cuddle me.
When you want cuddles.
Yeah. Now she can feel me when I'm okay, when I'm not. So, but it's not a problem anymore even for me. So if she's cuddling me, I'm okay now. That was the moment that Anda was talking about. Another one, when, like she said earlier, you could think that it's easier to be alone, to live alone, was in one of our trips. So me, Anda, and my daughter. We went on a trip in Rome, I think 2 years ago. It was my birthday. We were there to visit my mother's grave because she was recently passed away. We organized everything. We had in mind the attractions that we want to visit in Rome. But until then, I was alone in this kind of vacations. When you are alone, if you do something good, you enjoy. If you do something bad, you shut up. You cannot curse yourself. It's easy to manage those kind of moments. But in 2, in 3, for me it was a very hard experience. Why? Because one can want something in this moment. The other can want something else in that moment. And I was feeling trapped in the middle.
Torn.
Yeah. And somehow I, not panicked, let's say, I was feeling uncomfortable. So instead of enjoying that trip, for me it wasn't that enjoyable. But after all, if we take a conclusion, at least we learned something. At least I learned something. You could say it's easier alone, but in a group, in a relationship, it's enjoyable, it was challenging, and I think it was a stepping stone for our future relationship. Now it's ongoing relationship. And we overcame that moment and we grew. We learned how to handle this kind of moments, misunderstandings that are inevitable.
So this is what we wanted to tell you. that no matter how perfect our relationship is or it feels, you'll come across these moments at some point, moments where it feels like being single would be the easier option. And even though, yes, it might be easier, it's definitely more enjoyable to be in a relationship together. So if you like this video and you want to see more, you know what to do. Hit like,
subscribe,
and leave a comment below.
And tell us in your words, what do you find challenging in your relationship? If you are in a relationship and you're thinking to stay in that relationship, or if you think to leave, think twice. Because it might be difficult in that moment, but if you overcome that moment, you won't regret it. That's all. Bye-bye.
Bye.